leaders, we only have two because we only have two main nations that had the leadership in this war. We have the United States, where we had Roosevelt, and then we had Truman. And then in the other side, we have the Soviet Union, where first of all we have Churchill, and then we have Nikita Khrushchev, something like that. They were both leaders of Russia, or what we call Russia right now, and they were against the leaders of the United States. They did not become enemies literally, they were like different countries because they were together and they were allies to protect themselves and their countries from all the war and the enemies. But now that we have not a literally war or world wars or people trying to invade us everywhere, each country has different opinion and political choice, as well as their economy is different, and we do help each other, we do have trades and everything, but now we're not allies directly because we're trying to protect from anyone. We do not have those kind of wars, and we do not have those kind of intentions. For example, China and the United States were together because they were trying to take Russia. But right now, the United States is not literally trying to take Russia. It is more like everyone on their sides. China is making their things, the United States is making their things. They have different political ambitions, and they do have like some differences, and they sometimes they do not get along so well, and they have conflicts, but it's not a war. So I think that is the biggest difference that we have from what happened after the wars and why they are not allies anymore. Because we're different, everyone has their territory, and we're not trying to kill each other. We're just trying to have a better life. So there's no reason that they continue to be allies if they try to make the best for each country. Actually, Cold War did not took place somewhere specific. I cannot tell you, it was directly in Russia or it was directly in the United States. Because as I understand, Cold War was something indirect. There were attacks at some countries, but it was not the war. The war was something just to scare the other country. For example, United States scare Russia and Russia to scare the United States. So it does not happen in a specific place, but the earth. And the main things were Russia, United States, and Europe. For example, Germany, which was divided by the Berlin Wall. So we have those iconic places, but it was not exactly the place what it was happening. Actually, a lot of people don't know about the Cold War. I know it because my father is really interested in history and everything, but for example, if I ask my mother or my sister's boyfriend, something like that, they're just like, it was a war, that it was around the 70s, and they think it's called the Cold War because it was in Russia and the United States, and they are in the north, and it was on the winter, so it was really cold. Like, literally, yesterday I did a question for them, what is the Cold War? And they answered me that is called the Cold War because it was in the winter, and because there are countries that are in the north, it was snowing. But no, I think we do not take that much in consideration because it happened just after World War II. So it is Cold War doesn't matter because World War II was a huge thing. So Cold War was just a little game between United States and Russia. But I don't know, I think it is really important from us to know what is, because it's a history and it can help us grow as people and don't make those mistakes ever again. Both countries both world powers had they had bombs, the atomic bomb, for example. United States has it, and then Russia always had the promise that they have a nuclear bomb because of the thing that happened in Hiroshima. Japan like got together with Russia, and they have a nuclear bomb, as well as they both had an army. They have, well, a lot of weapons when it comes to the army, but the biggest one was the army.